The thoughts, opinions, and most importantly the perspectives expressed in this show are solely those of the participants including all guests, and do not reflect the opinions or practices of More Heights Media and or any of its production or advertising partners. Furthermore, More Heights Media does not endorse or condone all topics discussed during this broadcast. This show is purely for entertainment.
So I'm not relying on politicians to make my world better. Like I gotta go do that myself. So yeah, I look at it as entertainment, but it was just, it's silly. Like it's like, it's childish, man. Everything is gay with you. Man, this guy's trying to come out the closet. Look at him choking like it's a dick. This guy's disgusting. Oh, man. God damn. This guy pushed the mic away. Like, nah, too much. Yo,
I'm going to start letting some of these kutti salas fly, bro.
You should. You should, yo.
Panchode.
There you go. So I should start letting off what, like Bumba claw or something like that.
I'm more anticipating
Probably
Drake dropping an album at halftime.
That'd be a move.
You don't see that coming? I promise you Drake's gonna drop an album at halftime, bro. Before you go, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons.
Anything you guys want us to talk about, drop that in the comments.
And shout out to everyone that has been engaging.
That's what's up. But Vlad got in a little bit of trouble for posting somebody once they passed. And then I saw the second Rich Homie passed.
Who do you?
I don't remember who it was, but I just saw the other day when Rich Homie passed that Math Hoffa had reposted his interview with Rich Homie. I don't know if it was a full interview or just a clip, but Rich Homie was talking about his use of drugs. So it's like, are you using that as an opportunity to like,
of course he is,
get some more clicks?
Yeah.
Or like, should you be a little bit more respectful and be like, yo, like now's not the time.
I think respect.
Are you chasing right now?
I think respect's gone.
You think altogether?
Oh hell yeah, and like going back to when it all started with the way Gucci did that diss track. After that, these guys do not give a F right now. Like the rap tracks that come out after the fact, the diss tracks that come out after the fact, like no one cares. It's disrespectful to a whole nother level. So if I could get a few more clicks, yeah, go for it. Like I wouldn't be surprised unless his I guess point was to let you know, like, hey, look, he was talking about it openly, like trying to educate people, like, yo, don't like it'll end up like this, but the timing.
Yo, anyways, but rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. He definitely had a run, and you wanna know what's funny?
Yeah.
Just a few weeks ago, no, but watch this. Just a few weeks ago, I randomly came across something online. I don't remember how I got to this point, but I came across one of these influencer guy who makes these random ass videos about visiting people's homes and whatnot. And he went to go visit Rich Homie Quan, one of these YouTube guys.
Yeah. And
he also raps. And they had this little back and forth about, by the end of the video, he's going to get a verse from Rich Homie Quan. He ended up getting a verse because they met up again a second time. But throughout the video, Rich Homie just gives him the tour of the house. They're chilling, laughing, yada, 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 showing him around the backyard. And they eventually made their way to the studio. And I was happy to see in the studio with him was one of the A-Game twins. Nats, you remember A-Game? The twin rappers from the East End? Rich Homie actually signed them, or some type of relationship they had built back in 2011 where Rich Homie was on his run. And this was just after they went on their, like, I guess, Canadian run, let's say, because they had 3 bangers out of the city. And I really felt like if A-Game stuck around a lot longer, they would have been one of those to bust from Toronto, pause, or whatever we're doing these days. Like, outside of Drake and what he's doing on his run right now, Lou Breeze is another one. But A-Game, I'm telling you, when it came to top tier talent out of the city at the time, those guys, and rest in peace Redway Boulevard too, those are the names that I would say would have taken Toronto like way further than we are at now. And I don't believe any one of them have ever gotten a Drake cosign. But like I said, A-Game went to Atlanta to go mess with Rich Homie, and I have no idea where Lou Breeze is on the map right now. I did see him pop up doing an interview with the man from Steady Mobbin', and he does have a track that came out 2 summers ago that I'm totally in love with. It's the first single off one of my playlists. But what are you gonna say?
No, a name that you forgot is Big Lean.
Oh, Lean too. Yeah, Lean's up there for me for sure.
Lean was
Yeah,
on his
Lean.
way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he just fizzled away.
See, now I don't even know where to go because I know he's not familiar with a lot of this music, but I still want to get into some of this Rich Homie stuff. You're not in a rush tonight. We got lots of time, bro. But this was an era of music where Rich Homie was on a heavy run, and that's when I was outside. Because that 2010 to 2014, that's when I was on my machine heavy.
I wish
So I was
I could go back to
outside.
that time.
Brody, trust me, yo. I wish.
You catch the debate?
Damn it, I guess we still need to do some type of intro, no? I go by the name of Bun. You can find me on Instagram at what'sup Bun.
I know nothing that call it bun fi bun.
The homie over here ain't here today. Bigger up every time though. Find her at www.bodyammo.ca
We got to get
and at
Yeah, go ahead.
Pree _ Pree on Instagram. The other guy who sometimes sits over here or right here or wherever.
Face mob.
No.
What?
No face. No face.
Run it again.
That's going to be his thing when he's not here.
When he's not here.
No face. No face.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I kind of like how he just did that.
Okay, from that perspective, I see what you're talking
Shut
about.
up.
I kind of like how he just did that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We got one when he's here. We got one
You
when he's
know
not.
what? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good job, buddy. You got a gold star today, man.
It's funny.
Now let's put a point up on the board for him, yo.
It's funny. This guy's keeping score.
Speaking of which, behind the scenes, we got Nats.
But this my YouTube. This with that my YouTube.
How's that intern search going, bro? Because I know you're a bit too busy the next couple of weeks. You got a wedding. You got this stuff you got to do. You got real life stuff you got to do. It don't stop, huh?
No.
Hey, man, if anybody's interested or as a younger brother, younger sister, anybody in school right now, in broadcasting and film, anybody who went to Centennial, big up all the Centennial grads.
Only going up this year.
Speaking of which, shout out Karima, shout out Randall, shout out Rihanna, shout out everybody I know that went to Centennial. Shout out Dominique,
Andre.
shout out Dre. Yeah, go check that interview out if you haven't already. Big up everybody in the East while I'm at it.
Only going
Big up everybody in Whitby, big up everybody in Ajax, big up everybody in Pickering, big up everybody in Scarborough. Big up the whole of the West End too, Rexdale specifically.
Only going up this year.
Well, what's up? You look like you're gearing up to say something.
No, I'm just. It's good. I like the unity. I like
Yeah,
the
I know.
shout outs that you're giving.
I'm trying to change, bro. I'm trying to change.
I know nothing that call it bun fi bun.
And yeah, over here, I guess to my right, some random ass brown guy.
Random.
Yeah.
Random.
Comes from Rexdale, but then moved to Brampton, and I don't know what happened to him after that. But we try to figure it out week by week as we sit down, and the five of us, including Nats, catch up. And if you aren't familiar, we all grew up in the same area, which happens to be Rexdale, North Etobicoke. But we weren't together throughout that entire journey. So we kind of come together each week and dissect life through these different lenses.
Get reacquainted.
Yeah. But keep in mind that we all come from the same place at the end of the day.
Only going up this year.
So you got he and I this week. SB the Student. Find him on Instagram at SB the Student.
Got it.
What's up with the book club, brother?
Meeting up next week.
Yeah, eh?
We got a live meeting up next
You
week.
guys decide on the book yet?
Nah, we're gonna do that in person.
You still got space for people if they want to join?
Yeah.
Yeah, eh?
There's always space.
All right,
But but I'm quick to kick people out.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Why? What?
If you're not showing
What's that
up,
about?
I don't need that crowd.
Scammer them there.
Not even. Scammer would be like, you join it and you don't show up.
Yeah, that sounds like me. I'll just go in there and see what girls are in there, and I'll just push right back. Oh, you have there's nothing.
You're welcome to do that. You're welcome to do that.
I wouldn't do it,
but
bro.
everyone's kind of in something. But yeah,
Everybody,
it's not
everybody,
like
everybody, everybody's accounted for.
Yeah, I think so. Actually,
Damn, yo,
like
it's
literally.
rough out here.
What did I just drop? My bad.
What is it, Cohibas?
Yeah, no, those are the Monte Cristos.
Yo, save me one of those joints, and my birthday's coming up. Remember, eh? Don't forget.
Yeah.
You're coming to the party or what?
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Eh? Nah, so what you saying? You're bringing the wife or solo dolo? What?
Bring the kids too.
He wasn't even there. He wasn't even there last year.
I was in New York though, no?
Yeah, it got intense last year though.
Yeah.
Like intense.
Oh, the party.
Yeah. And the way people are talking about it this year is gonna be a thing, bro.
What do you mean by intense? Like what happened?
So what we did is you ever heard of Ox God, the game Ox God?
Yeah.
So
Oh, you mentioned this. Yeah, I remember now.
yeah.
Okay.
So we turned it into kind of like a sound clash where we just go song for song. We pick a card, whatever the topic is.
Mm-hmm.
Each team gets to choose a song. And we aren't abiding by the rules because it's like too many people, too much going on.
Yeah.
So we let each team, we take turns, and then each team gets a minute to find their song. And it's like 3 people on the team. And then we just go song for song. It'd be like a best hip-hop love song, like love rap song featuring R&B artists. So like what would be the first song that comes to your mind? Best like a hip-hop song with a rapper and an R&B artist from the 90s. Like what song are you drawing for?
Probably ODB and Mariah Carey. I don't know. Something like that.
ODB, Mariah Carey.
Like that's probably got more sales than a lot of other stuff. It's
Okay.
catchy. Everyone knows what it is. ODB kills it.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
That's what you drawing for.
Ghetto Superstar.
Ghetto Superstar?
Yeah. Okay. ODB
Damn
again.
it.
ODB, Praz, Maya.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going way more like intense, because to me, I'm thinking more of like a lover song. You get what I mean?
No.
Like one of
Like
those
Crazy
soft
in Love,
tracks,
Jay-Z
like
and Beyonce or
Fabulous
some
and
shit? Oh.
Tamia,
Oh, okay.
or
That's not 90s.
Fabulous Tamia. What is that?
Yeah,
Like
it's
2001?
2000s.
I mean,
It's gotta
but that vibe, not necessarily 90s, but just that vibe.
Okay.
If I'm going even further back than that, man. Who else is about? Damn, 90s. Now that I think about it, fuck, maybe you guys won this round. 90s.
Biggie.
Male or female? Which one? Oh, with Total Them? Yeah. Big Papa.
Method and Mary J.
You know what? That's my song. That's the one I'll typically
there.
draw for. Yeah, that's my song right there.
Nas,
I've used that to kill a couple of sounds
Nas
before
and
still.
Lauryn Hill.
No, but that's not a love song.
Hey, man. I guess we'll have to see how this goes
No, I thought
in a
of that
few
already.
weeks. But it got kind of intense still. I'll show you some of the video footage after.
There you go.
And I imagine we'll talk about it the following week. Where were we going with this before though? What was I talking about?
I don't even know where we're going.
Yeah, how did I just stray that far?
We did the intro, jumped into Ox God. It got intense. Am I going to be at the party?
Oh, now, yeah, my birthday's in a couple weeks, so save me one of those joints.
Right.
Yeah, so like I was saying, my birthday's in a few weeks, so make sure you save me one of those joints, bro, because it should be a fun night.
I was looking back at like the tracks that you're playing too, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, when did I fall off of hip hop? Because there's a period that I completely fell off.
Yeah.
Lasers was the last album that I purchased. Well, not the last album, but the last.
Lasers?
Yeah.
Whose album was that again?
Lupe Fiasco.
Okay. I wasn't a big Lupe guy.
I was.
Okay.
After that, it was like I was just traveling. I was traveling a lot. So that was like 2011. And after that wave that came after 2011, I wasn't present for it for the longest time. So if anything, I just kind of started to get back into it a lot more.
What made you
recently.
start traveling?
I was dating this girl that had buddy passes.
Yeah, I know that life still.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That was the nah, it was not rough.
You're
It was
no, it's
good.
like the temptation.
It got rough.
The temptation of like constantly wanting to just go.
Yo, I was gone like every other month.
Yeah, I guess back then you were young with nothing better to do. Like you had nothing to worry about. No mortgage at that point. Like
Nah.
damn, yo.
nothing. Yeah, just killed it. So I was
Yeah, I have an
not-
ex-brethren who was around that same age doing that shit too. Just
Yeah.
talking to a girl whose dad was a manager.
Oh,
at
yeah,
one
right.
of those airlines. Buddy, this guy's talking to me about flying first class.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're like 22, dog.
No, everything was first class back then. Yeah, I'm like I was looking forward to the actual flight. I'd be sitting there, someone like depending on the type of first class.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's a different kind of plane.
Yeah.
Yo, like I could lay down. They're serving you everything. Like it was
Even going back to the whole
luxury
do-rag
to a whole nother level.
conversation, like the debate that Pree and I had.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I got that whole thing from. It's like, yo, once you're being provided those type of services on an airline, they're expecting you to like look according along with like the staff that's already on the plane. Like there's a reason why
you're supposed to, for
stewardess
sure.
and whatnot have to wear the uniform and
yeah,
everything's pristine. Their whole thing is ironed out and da.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that's the experience that we need to provide people on an airplane. So you have to go in there business casual.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
especially if you're on a buddy pass. Yeah, you gotta dress properly.
Yeah.
They're strict with the flight attendants and stuff like that. Everything's got to be color coordinated. Even the makeup, heels, lipstick, like every like they have to be dressed apart. No, when was the last time you saw like a sloppy flight attendant?
Exactly, you don't see that. You don't see it. They have very specific guidelines. Like, yo, certain hair colors, certain piercings, tattoo coverings, like all different type of stuff. Yeah, and there's a reason why. Like, the airline like wants to implement that shit because there's a standard that they're trying to maintain on their airline, their aircraft. Because then you got people out here flying on flare, and it's like, bro, mans are turning up on there. There's all different type of shenanigans. Because the way I hear some stories, bro, the way I hear some of these stories,
some of these fights are just crazy to me. Like how much
you see some wild shit on there, huh?
Just online, not in real life, but whatever you see on the flight where these guys are like full out brawls, full out fights.
Oh yeah,
it's like, yo, aren't you?
Especially in America.
Like, I hope it's like
Americans.
I hope it's on the way back from vacation.
Wherever you go,
you know what I mean? Man, I don't know.
Buddy pass life can be rough though. You never got stuck nowhere? Kind of. I know one two people that got stranded at a few spots.
I
got sticky for them.
I had to stay in Thailand one extra night. But outside of that, nah, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah. That I wasn't even complaining, to be honest with you.
I've heard some like horror stories.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
But I've gotten lucky so far, but like I've heard some, that's, I don't know how you did it, yo.
Yeah.
Like driving to different cities, trying to catch a next flight type shit with like 20 minutes to get to the gate type joints, having to spend like a very large amount of money to get back on a specific day.
Yeah. Like, it's the person that works for the airline.
Nah.
Oh, people working for the airline have to be back for their shifts unless they can't find somebody. That'd be. Yeah, I've heard wild stories like that, but I've never.
So then how'd that go awry? You weren't trying to hold on to that buddy pass as long as possible, or you see by that point you had seen enough destinations. You're like, all right, I'm good now, yo.
Yeah, I wish
later for you.
I honestly wish I learned like that. No,
what
ended up? Yeah, that was the one that got me.
Yeah. Eh?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I know. I know. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you a serious question, yo. This might be.
I don't think I could answer seriously.
This might be a bit invasive, but I mean, what was better, the buddy pass or the vagina?
Oh, that's way too invasive.
Nuts. You don't want to know though. Like, was it the box that was worth it or the buddy pass?
The joke is, I know the answer too.
Oh man, you just can't say it on here though. That's rough.
Oh man.
Damn it! All right, you can tell me once we're off the the recording.
You probably already know.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, you've told me I want 2 stories too. SB the goat out here, bro.
Yeah, I got that itch again though. It never really goes away from me. Do you ever
travel?
Yeah.
Nah, it never goes away.
Man, like right now, there's so many places that I still want to go. Like
where?
Main spot is what we were talking about last time. I still want to hit up Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. Like I want to see that.
Abu Dhabi's it, bro. Abu Dhabi is.
I want to see it. I want to see that. That might even be the next one that I do, maybe with the kids or something. But I gotta go check that out. I really gotta go see that. And then I gotta go to certain European countries again too.
Sometimes I hate thinking about that Abu Dhabi trip because that's kind of when your life changed for me at that point. Like a switch literally went off and I was like, yo, if I'm really doing this shit, I'm starting here.
Yeah.
Literally came off the flight and just 2 weeks later bought my first house. Went to Brazil that August, came back, picked up my keys, went straight to my brand new house at that point.
There you go.
That was a year.
Pump it up.
Yeah, but then things just all of a sudden just...
Ebbs and flows. Life.
I mean, that didn't start until 2019, but that 2015 high, oh, buddy. Like, damn, you can tell me shit back then.
Right? When it's
big up that, I'm telling you that big up that rich homie era again. When I was like from 2011 to 2014, 2015, your life was, whoo, buddy.
That's funny.
I was up, bro.
Completely out of hip hop at that
Then
point.
2016 is when I started investing heavy and started making some real money.
There you go.
Bro. Trust me. The run was good, but I mean, I hope to get back to some more of that traveling stuff at some point, though.
Anything upcoming?
There's a couple of possibilities, but time and money, brother. Back to school wasn't that easy. Christmas is on the way.
Yeah, you're telling me.
That fourth quarter budget, it's hard to figure out, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
You didn't see what I pulled up in. I got the brakes and rotors being replaced like right now.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that's
What, the brakes and rotors?
Yeah, that's expensive, man.
How expensive?
Expensive. It's expensive. But the good thing is, this is the first time that I've done it for the car. So
How many clicks are on there, though?
I got a lot of clicks on there now. So I've had it for 5 years. I'm almost at 200K. Why drive?
Yeah.
So that, like, overall, that's pretty good. Like, this is the first time that I'm doing it.
And you feel like it's worth it to drive an electric vehicle?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what's the next upgrade? The Cybertruck?
Nah. That'd be sick, though. But it's not really... I think the design is dope. If someone gave it to me, great, but I wouldn't go like buy it for myself. I wouldn't be using any of the space in the back for anything. I'm not putting nothing there. It's just, it'd be more for show. I'm not sure what the next vehicle would be. Maybe a X or S, Tesla S or X. Maybe the S at some point. Those things are going 0 to 100 in like 2.2.
Yeah, I've seen them tearing up the road a little bit.
Yeah, you know how crazy that is? Think about how fast that is. That's nuts. Like the only thing that's probably beaten, like, well, not only, but there's like Bugattis would destroy that, but that's like $1 million car or whatever versus something that's like 150, 200,000. But it's just like what he's got going on with it is just nuts. But
Hadouken!
So then what? That you just fell off of hip hop altogether at that point?
pretty much.
Because all you cared about was traveling?
Not that. It was just like I never got into any of the newer artists as consistently. Like after Lupe, I never followed anybody else. And then I think Nas went on like he was absent for a while. I just slowly got busy with other things.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. And I get that certain things will fall out of your algorithm at some point to where you're not doing it as much as you did before.
There was no algorithm back then. I'm not on social media.
No, I just mean your.
I know.
What was the word? What was the word before algorithm? Like, what were we calling it?
Habits.
Your psyche. These things that just pop into your mind, because that's what media is. It's the things that you see on the screen that pop up in front of you while you're watching television, listening to the radio.
Patterns.
When you hear these things. Yeah, so it's your algorithm at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, like reading, I was very much into reading books, like heavy. I'd go on a run for like months on end, and then all of a sudden, once I don't have enough time for it, it just pops right back out, and I don't make the time the same way I used to.
Funny that you say that too. That's when I actually really got into the books.
Yeah, eh?
Steve Jobs, if I'm not wrong, his book, the biography or autobiography or whatever, came out 2011. That's when I started to lose time here and put more time here.
That one back there, or the different one?
Yeah, that's the one.
That one, yeah.
That's like the main one, the only one really. I don't know of any others.
I mean,
Like
once
that
these guys
author is
have
like
this one book,
he's
they
a man.
send in some more shit.
Isaac, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walter Isaacson. Yeah, he's the one that did the Musk book too, the second one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he wrote it. Even Steve Jobs, he wanted this guy to write this book for him because he goes, I know that like I'm not gonna be able to intimidate you, and you're gonna say it like it was, the good and the bad, and I want someone to put that out like that. That book is amazing. You've read that?
Yeah,
yeah. It's
years when it first came out.
Yeah,
years
same.
ago,
So that was like 2011.
Yeah,
almost like.
We still got notes in there about it.
Nah, I was weak at reading back then. I never used to make notes like that. I was just reading it. I just got into reading like that. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with the music then, but like I was saying earlier, I've just always had this musical ability. Even when it came to lyrics and stuff, there's so many songs I can just go bar for, and people sit here and look at me like, yo, how do you remember all these lyrics? I have no idea.
That's probably one of my biggest regrets.
What? Not sticking with the music?
Not like hip hop per se, but like playing it. Like they're like I could read notes, I could play certain instruments. I just never kept up with it. Like if I was to reflect back on one thing that I wouldn't want to let go of, that would probably be it. Because there's so many times where I'd even have like certain sounds in my head, like I'd have certain melodies playing out that I've never heard or whatnot, and I'd be like, man, I wish I could like put it down on paper somehow, but it just didn't. Well, what's that, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that sounded wild. I know.
I thought you were nuts. You gonna say safety?
That was me still.
Yeah, music would be the one. You got a regret like that? It'd be that and like not taking all those buddy passes.
Do I have any regrets like that? No, I can't. I can't think of anything. Now.
Yeah, but I was even like, see, I transitioned into rappers' books though. But Jay-Z never wrote this, but he had a book back then too, Empire State of Mind, where they talked about his whole way he deals
You
with
still have my
businesses.
Decoded, eh?
Yeah,
Don't think I forgot about that.
No, I
shit,
didn't
'cause
forget that.
like,
I'm about to do a real like
yeah.
book for book tournament to see like what book's the best.
Yeah, eh?
I think it's a great idea.
It is.
You get what I'm saying?
I wasn't mad at it when you said it.
I even looked up like all the other books that I've gone through, like like that are hip hop related. I don't know if Charlemagne counts or not, but he kind of does. He's that the culture. I've gone through DMX's book. DMX's book is dope. I'm gonna go through Nipsey. I thought you would be interested in that.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Trust me. That is part of going into that next age that is approaching.
Yeah.
I said it last week. I'm gonna get back onto my book shit heavy. Like I'm gonna start burying myself in a lot of these books.
It's like when you say you don't have time, and I'm not knocking you when I say this, but it's like you got time for the albums. You got time to see what's new, what's hot.
I know,
whatever.
but
You
that's
get what
because I always have my phone with me.
I hear
so
you.
a book, and the audiobooks just don't hit the same to me.
No, that's fair.
It's like, I don't know what it is. They just don't hit the same to me. So I'd rather take the time in the morning, like every morning, and just take the 30 minutes and just read however many pages I can get through within the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then put it down and then continue each morning.
It becomes addictive.
Yeah.
Especially when you start applying it and you start seeing the results of what you're doing.
Yeah. I have a 1-2 friends that go through books weekly.
Yeah.
Yo, if you see my brothers, oh man, you'd probably go to my brother's house and just, bro, trust me, you probably wouldn't even stop, yo.
Yeah.
His library is extensive.
That's a good thing.
I love it. To see it, it's trust me, it's a thing. Trust me. What are we doing? Take a quick break and then start getting to some of this, I guess, pop culture bullshit that we sometimes talk about. Or do you want to stick to some real life shit?
It's up to you.
Actually, you know what? Before we take this break, I think it's important to mention, we can probably spend a couple minutes on it before we go. I'd asked Knots when he got in, if he has a fire extinguisher in his house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he's got 2 of them. You got one?
Yeah. You have to. And the other thing, the
What?
carbon,
The ladder?
No.
Or the blanket one?
No, the carbon monoxide detector.
Oh, carbon. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Carbon monoxide detector for sure too. Yeah. Somebody I know had an incident the other day, and everybody's okay. Like the house has a little bit of a like rough spot, but outside of that, an extinguisher would have made a huge difference.
They never had it, eh?
No, they didn't have one.
Oh, that's rough.
But a lot of people don't have one.
Fair.
There's a lot of people out there that don't have one, and I think it's important that everybody should take the time to actually go and purchase a fire extinguisher, because those things can save not just your life, but all the other lives in the house.
Facts.
And I was actually speaking with
And you
Face.
should keep it where you know where it is. And you should, you got to get it checked out every couple of years too to see if it still works.
I was speaking with Face. Maybe we'll see if we can get him on the line for a quick second. But I was speaking with him about it the other day, and he told me a story about somebody who knows who didn't have one either, and this was like way back in the day. But yeah, it's important to have one of those because it could really make a difference in the time that it takes, because fire is quick. And it could really get going once you provide it with some more air. But if you don't know how to put that shit out, you can do some real harm to you, your family, your household, and you could
spread it.
Like trust me,
it go faster.
Exactly. And it can go into another house and another house, and these accidents happen, but try to avoid some of these accidents. So I just want to implore everybody out there to go and get a fire extinguisher if they don't already have one.
We should hit a link, like go here. An affiliate link.
Amen.
Go to my Amazon page and grab the fire extinguishers.
It's 2025, yo. Anybody who got some new sponsors, yo, we're always out here looking for some new advertising partners. But on that note, we'll take a quick break and play some of the ones that we have so far.
Make your business visible online. For a complimentary digital marketing and website consultation, go to dmmu.ca or call 647-469-DMMU. Like, why are people so fascinated with this? I don't understand. It's like your story from last week. You know what I mean? Like it's like he watched the podcast and he's like, yo, that's what Knots did. Let me do a 2024 spin on that shit. And then that's what it was. And like, people want to hear his voice. Like, I think that's corny.
It was the way he was ranting.
Like, there should be pauses all over that. Like, hey, by the way, he's live, recording, released. Are you guys listening to that? Clickbait's become like a disease.
Bro.
Like it's.
But the thing is, that's what they're instilling in our children. Because if you're like a lot of these kids who sit there and watch YouTube all day, yo, the very first thing all day, all of them say is make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification. And what does every child do? Hit the like and hit the subscribe.
They're being programmed.
So by the time you look at their shit, they're subscribed to like 97 different channels and they've hit the like on every single video.
Yeah.
What? Like, what are you guys doing here?
Making
Bruh,
money.
Not my children, bro. You better
Same.
snap out of that shit. Are you nuts?
Now, this goes back to the same thing that I was saying last week about just talking to him and holding his attention. Like, we need to teach them to hold their attention right now. But then it's like, what good are you teaching them if you don't even have any control over your own attention,
Exactly.
It's like, okay, yeah, don't go on your phone. Meanwhile, you're like pressing away. I'm an adult though. I can do it. Yeah, I saw this clip. I don't remember who posted this. It might have been my friend. I saw it on someone's feed though, but it's like spending time with your kids does not look like this. And then the kids like playing by themselves. Yeah. You want me to tell you a crazy true story though? That just happened recently?
Yeah.
All right. So I purposely take my kids to different parks. Okay. Like there's certain places that on purpose? Yeah.
I'm just hoping this is a really funny story.
I don't think it's that funny,
Right.
but it's real. Well, so I take them to different parks. So there's a specific park that we went to, right? You know the Castle Park in Malton?
Nah.
No?
What do you mean the Castle Park?
Like Derry, like the McDonald's on Derry and Gorway?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right across that there's a park and it's like a...
Looks like a castle?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one that's like on the front page, yo.
What is?
That park is like right there.
Yeah. So we occasionally go there. Yeah. So we're there because there's a trail, rollerblading, all that stuff, right? So we're there. We're playing.
Big up everybody in Malton real quick, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to them. Yeah.
Only going up this year.
It's funny how Malton's become its own thing, or has been its own thing, whereas like people don't really recognize it being with Mississauga.
Because enough of them man they claim Rex still, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been a thing. It's been a debate out here, bro. But yeah, get back to what you're saying.
That's interesting. My kids are playing. Mm-hmm. They make friends. They start playing. This other kid is not really social, but he's trying to be social. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go tell my mom that you're not playing with me. And I'm listening to this. And he's saying this to my son. Mm. And he eventually goes and has a conversation with his mom or whatever. Comes back to my son, and the whole time like the mom's like on her phone, like whatever. Not pointing it out. A lot of people do that. Every now and then I do too, but like not paying attention to this guy at all. Definitely an only child. Gonna be awkward in the future. My mom told me to tell you to apologize to me and start playing with me. And again, I'm acting like I'm not listening to this, but I'm definitely listening to this. And then my son's like giving him like a fake apology. Like, I'm sorry, like something like that, like he's trying to say it or whatever. And then the other kid is like, no, you have to say it properly.
How old is this kid? Sorry,
I don't know how old he is. Like, we don't know him. Same
age though, like,
give or take. Okay. Like my son, knock on wood, he's like a bigger boy.
What was his nationality?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
That's the best part though. We need to know. We need to know.
I would say he's Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just stepped in. I'm like, you don't have to apologize for nothing that you didn't do. Yeah. And I'm talking to my son, like right in front of him. I'm like, listen, if you don't want to play with somebody, you don't have to play with somebody. Yeah. And like, if their mom's telling you to apologize or whatever, she's sitting like on those tables.
Oblivious?
Yeah. Completely out of it. Like
the entire time oblivious. Like
yeah.
I wasn't sure if we get into that part. But continue.
Yeah. But like when my kids are at the park, like I'm involved in the sense that like I pretend like I'm not really paying attention, but I'm paying attention to let them have their little freedom, and I want to like eavesdrop in on their conversations and stuff like that. And I don't want them to think that I'm like helicopter parenting them, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching, I'm listening, but like I'm not letting you brainwash my kid because you have your own little thing going on with your own little situation there, right? But that's my whole point. It's just like no one's involved, and these guys are just supervising themselves and just making up stuff. And it's like,
but isn't that what we did back in the day, though?
Did we?
I feel like we did.
I don't even think parents came to the park when we were kids, yo. My parents never came to the park.
Up until what age?
What do you mean? Like when did they come to the park?
When were you going to the park by yourself?
Man.
Mind you, I definitely think like children in our day grew up a lot differently than children now. Because I was walking to the park with the like...
Yo, like 5, 6, I'm at the park by myself.
5, 6?
Yeah.
5, 6. But you're linking up with your friends, no?
Yeah. I link up with my friends. But like no parents. Like parents stopped like early. Like, yo, they gotta go to work. Yo, like there's none of that. Now it's like they're there, but they're there.
I guess 7, 8 for more, because like for me, 5, 6, I was still on the other side of Rexdale. So, and the park was right there. Like you could literally like look through my grandmother's window.
I've been out unsupervised at a very young age. Like even before, when I used to live in India, I would be all over the place by myself. But like everybody kind of knew of me because I was somewhat of an anomaly at the time. Like I was the only kid that was out, as in like from the Western side. Like, so they all.
When this guy said out, I'm like, what do you mean, gay?
Of course he thought that. Of course he thought that.
In my head, I'm like, yo, like, why you all?
You know what this guy reminds me of? There's an interview that I saw, right, with I think, what's his name, Lord Jamar or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yo, who came up with this? And I know his name, but I'm just saying, who came up with this thing about pause? It's like, you want to say something normal, but now you got to protect to say it in a gay way.
Yeah.
He's like, you're constantly making us think of gay stuff. It's like, what's up with this? Like, you want to say hip hop is hard. Now I got to say pause because you're thinking of it in a gay way. That's you. Everything is gay with you. Man, this guy's trying to come out the closet. Look at him choking like it's a dick. This guy's disgusting. Oh, man. God damn. This guy pushed the mic away like, nah, too much. Oh, God damn.
Yeah, I knew this guy was going to try to do me dirty like that, you know?
Nah, you started it, yo.
Yeah, and I couldn't even talk because my throat was
There you go. Yeah, right? Oh, man.
Oh, man. Damn it.
But like,
we'll just edit all of that out.
Gotta clip that up and send it to Dame.
Yeah, whatever, man. Finish what you're saying, yo.
That's pretty much it. Just kids are like, they're sponges. You leave, like, it's the whole thing that we already know, man. But it's more like present. You see it happening right now. But it's like, do you see it if it's already happening to you? What?
I said choking on it like it's a dick. Yo, this guy's looking at him, punch him in his throat, yo.
No.
Finish what you're saying, yo. My bad, man.
There's nothing more to say. That's just kind of it. Like, you gotta carefully monitor these people these days. And it's just like the adults are worse.
Are there any big kids at the park that you go to? Because that's just pitching me off about the park these days, yo.
What do you mean?
When you got those older kids that are just hanging out at the park, like, on some bullshit. Nah, so you gotta do that, some of that stuff?
How old?
Like the teenagers.
That
Why you guys on the jungle gym?
It happens sometimes.
Using bad words.
Yeah, fair.
Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, nuts. What do you do when you catch them? You run them or you just allow them and like try to act like you ain't... What? You run them?
No, I allow them.
Yeah, eh?
It's not until...
It gets intense?
No. When they give my daughter attention... And then she feels like, oh, I have new friends.
Oh, not
because anybody who talks to her, it's friends.
Yeah.
Right. So that's when it's just like, okay, come, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, no, let's play over here.
Yeah, well, mine same thing. It's like because they'll be in tune with something else. So I know that they're not even like listening to them. I like to assume. I haven't experienced it to the point where it's gotten like, yo, I need to run these kids because you guys are carrying on too much. But I wonder what that might look like because, I mean, my local park is heavily populated by Caucasians for the most part, especially of that generation. So, I don't know. What if they one of them run back to their parents on some Joe, this guy tried to run us from the park and it turns into a thing. Then what am I supposed to do? Call Amanda? You're coming to defend it?
You gotta rep your karate classes or whatever it was. Your, what do you call it? Katas or what's it called?
Yeah, the katas.
Yeah, there you go. Do your pattern. Man.
I feel like that's something a lot of us experience. Like, you haven't experienced that shit?
What?
When the kids are out there using foul language and stuff, like, mind you, some people don't mind it because they let their kids use foul language.
I don't let them use foul language, but I do have these moments where they're like, Dad, can we say a bad word, please?
Like what?
Like just whatever swear word they want to say.
They'll ask permission for it?
Yeah.
Let's hear more about this, brother, because I need to know.
They already know all the swear words.
How do you know they know the swear words?
I've heard them say stuff like that. They've heard
to each other?
No, just like
to you?
I've sworn around my kids before. Number one.
Okay.
And then two, I know like they swear as well. Like, yo, they're in grade 2 and grade 3. Like you're swearing back then. Like,
do you remember? Yeah, I was gonna. You remember swearing back then? Do you remember swearing back then?
Melody Village grade. Like, oh my god, we knew everything back then.
You don't. You weren't swearing back then?
Not really. Grade 4.
So when do you feel like you turned into a potty mouth then?
Grade 4.
You got to know when to turn. You got to know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Exactly.
I wasn't doing that with my parents or at home or anything like that. But you're outside. No, not swearing around my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, or adults for that matter.
Yeah.
But like I have a lot of older cousins, so to me,
when
it's
you're
like
around them, you'll swear around them.
Hell yeah! Like I think I'm cool now, right? Like so, I'm trying to copy them. I'm trying to emulate them, right? But we were swearing all the time back then. But anyway, back to them.
It's a comfort thing, I think. It's a respect thing as well as like a comfort thing to just talk freely.
I think it's knowing your role thing.
That part.
Yeah, like they're not swearing. They don't want to hear it, so they're not strict, but it's just a respect thing. Like you know, yeah. So they'll ask me, can we use a swear word? And I'll be like, all right, cool. Once, that's it. And then they'll.
This guy's like you're negotiating bad words.
No, it's not even negotiating.
So you've heard your daughter use.
I've heard both of them swear. They'll say something like,
F-bombs and everything.
Yeah. And then I'll be all right. That's it. I don't like. There's like a. I'm not like their buddy friend. At the end of the day, I'm their father. But I'm not stupid. Like I know you're saying this with your friends and stuff like that. So it's just like okay, like you're asking me. All right, cool. I'm not gonna just fade you and be super strict and whatnot. Like you're gonna eventually do it, and it becomes like a little fun moment. Like we just laugh about it, and that's it.
They'll only swear in English though. Ain't no kuti salas flying around over there.
Yo, that's actually one of my saddest things with my kids. Yo, like they don't speak Punjabi
at all. Not even the swear words.
It's so whitewashed.
I feel like you'd swear around them in Punjabi versus letting them hear the English.
Like even my Punjabi swearing is not that much. Like I don't swear a lot in Punjabi. I never have. I never really had anyone around me to pick that up. Like my parents don't swear in Punjabi, especially. My brother never did that. I have cousins that did that, but again, they were mindful around me at times where it wasn't consistent enough for me to pick it up as a habit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really do that much either. But they don't speak the language, which it bothered me more on this last trip. Okay. Because there's certain times where they're talking and they're just chatty, and I almost want to just be like just chill.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna start letting some of these kuti salas fly, bro.
You should, yo.
Panchode.
There you go. So I should start letting off like Bumba or something like that. I still don't know what that means, yo. No? I should make that a button.
I forgot I even had this one on here, bro. Damn it. I just started letting this one rip a little bit more.
Which one? Bye-bye. There you go. You gotta slow down though.
I know. This guy's a Bumba clat, yo.
There you go.
I'd rather eat. Nah. You know what? We'll wait for the
Did we lose some viewers?
We'll wait for the rest of the crew to be here. We'll decide on one that you could use on a regular, yo.
All right, cool. What does that mean though?
Panchode.
What does that mean?
Bumba clat?
Yeah. Educate me and the non-Jamaican listeners.
You know what? I couldn't even tell you myself. There's just different type of clads. I don't know who then transcended the blood clot into the Bumba clot. Not any idea, like, because there's a few clots though.
Yeah, there's a history lesson right there.
How many clots do you know?
I don't know. I guess those are the two.
Which one? Bumba and blood?
Yeah.
There's pussy.
Yeah.
Nah, so which one do you use regular?
Yeah, true.
Which one do you use regular? The pussy clot? Blood clot? Ras clot. The Ras clot. There's the Ras clot too. You know what? Funny enough, I sometimes
Shout out
like
all the Jamaicans.
No, but I have a line where I'll just incorporate all of them. and it's Bumba pussy ass blood clot.
It's like some advanced shit right there.
Hashtag the Bumba pussy ass blood clot.
There you go. You had an
That's
accent
when
too?
it's super intense.
That'd be dope if I could put on like a Jamaican accent, like those Chinese people that are from Jamaica. That'd be sick.
Work on it. Get you some acting classes.
That shit still trips me out though. Whenever I see them talking with the accent.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Bumba clot is a Jamaican slang equivalent to douchebag,
There you go.
often used as an introduction to express disgust or dismay.
Yeah, but when did it, like, which one came first, the blood clot or the Bumba clot?
Yeah, what's the origin story?
Yeah. Somebody help me out with this one. I need to know. I might have to go on a deep dive later.
Oh, we know what our next clip is.
What, the deep dive?
Yeah, we got to find out the origin story for this, no?
Oh, that part, yeah. That'd be interesting. One of the things I was gonna mention on side is like approaching this time of year. It's like you start reflecting on life and shit.
Because your birthday?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And
Yo, we're like not too far away from 40, yo.
that part.
Yeah, it's eerie.
And I'm not gonna lie, my energy been kind of weird the last, I don't know, few days, I guess, week maybe. And whenever I get to these lows sometimes is when these dimes just start appearing. And you saw the one I put in the group today, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't put one in the group in a while, but I still just, whenever I start to get to these low points, they just start popping up randomly all over different type of places, bro. And last week, I probably found like 4 to 5. But does that happen to you every time that your birthday approaches, or nah, you're always in good spirits, happy shit?
That's a good question.
Because I find a lot of people that I talk to these days, a lot of people around me are going through it right now.
I think everyone's going through it right now. Who's not going through it to some level? Even the ones that aren't are, but they're just faking it.
Notch is pretty good out here, man. Looking for an intern and shit. Like, Notch is up right now.
This guy's trying to jinx you, Knox.
Only going up this year.
Actually, this one too.
This by your chum. This be that by your chum.
I don't know. Honestly, the type of conversations I've had in the last 4 days alone, there's a lot of people going through something right now.
I was talking to my boy, good friend, and he's counting like the years till his daughter's in high school.
Me too.
And you're doing that too?
Buddy, when they're 18, I'm first thing smoking. I'm gonzo.
What do you mean first thing smoking?
Once my daughters are like okay, like they hit 18 and they're okay to live on their own, I'm gone.
Gone where?
Somewhere. I'm not staying here in Canada.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, for sure.
You wouldn't miss them?
They can come find me twice a year whenever they want. I can't.
That's enough for you.
Bro. Mind you, I say 18. That's maybe not believable. By that point, I would love to have another.
I feel like they need you even more
here.
At 18. No?
I can't stay here, man.
I understand that part of it, but like you probably feel that way right now. They obviously need you more now. But
For
I'm just
all
saying,
I know, you know what? They probably want to come at that point. To be honest, like, wherever I'm going,
Maybe.
Just be like, yo, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll come with a.
I don't think I
other
could
set
ever
of
leave
challenges,
permanently. I could leave for a long time. I don't think I could just leave. I would say the opposite for me, actually. Like when I started reflecting was the last trip that we just went on. I'm just like, I don't like to say where time just flew by or like, where'd the time go or any of that stuff. Like, I feel like I've seen them develop, but it's still, you still have those moments where it's like, yeah, I remember you couldn't even read. Like, what are you talking back about? Like, it's just, I don't know the right word. It's humbling. Like, your mortality. It's like, yo, you are getting older, even though you still think you're in 2000 and whatever.
Exactly.
But it's just like, yo, it's 2024, turning 40
I still remember the conversation I had with my dad and my aunt, and they're like on some, they still think as if they're in their 30s.
Yeah, I could see that though.
Like 32 is that age that they're just like, I'm still 32. I could still run up and down with the best of them.
Yeah.
If I want to stay out late and party until 3 a.m., I'm down. Let's go.
No.
That's what they talk to them. Like, if I need to go on the road at whatever time, I could still stay up late if I really needed to. Like,
No.
I'm 32 out here, yo. I can still do this. I don't want to do it anymore, though. I'm good. I'm content being at home.
That's
I like my space that I created for myself.
Yeah.
And I have no reason to leave.
as you should.
You watched the debate?
I did.
Like all of it?
Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
It's like just a lot of bickering. Like no one's telling me what the plan is. They're just telling me, yo, you didn't do this. And then he'll be like, no, but you didn't do this. Oh no, you didn't do this. I didn't do this. Like at one point, I swear to God, she's like, Donald has no plans. And then he gets right back in his rebuttal and he's like, she doesn't have a plan. She's got Biden's plan. I'll give you a MAGA hat. Like what are we talking about? It wasn't even as entertaining as I thought it would have been this time around.
What were you hoping for? Like a lot more jabs?
I just thought it would be. I thought it would have been more. That's what it is to me, by the way. It's just entertainment. That's all it is. Yeah. So I'm not relying on
is that
Trump
because
winning.
You're not an American citizen? You don't care. You're just looking for entertainment. If you were an American who had a vote right now, you feel like you'd pay any closer attention to it?
Possibly. I think I'd be a lot more involved. I think Canada does have, like, we do feel some sort of impact about it, but we got so much going on over here too. Mm-hmm. Having said that, though, I'm not relying on politicians to make my world better. Like I got to go do that myself. So yeah, I look at it as entertainment, but it was just, it's silly. Like it's childish, man. Like the way they're just like no points are really made. Like it's like, oh, I said this. Oh no, that's a lie.
But is this the first time you've taken any interest in watching a political debate?
I've been watching them since Trump got involved.
Only since Trump got involved.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I'm not a politician type of person. I'm not into politics. I don't follow it.
So you're watching for Trump just to entertain you then?
Yeah, that's kind of what ended up happening.
But I think that's why you're taking away that there's nothing really being said. It's just a bunch of like.
But they're really not saying anything. If you watch the debate, they didn't say anything.
No,
like,
Kamala definitely like shared a bit more in terms of what her plan would be for the U.S. and whatnot.
Give me an example.
Whereas Trump was just on some like, oh, they didn't do this. The contract said to do this, and then they would have gotten to get to do this after. But guess what? They didn't do this, or this. Bro, my nigga, what was this or this? What did they have to do? Why are you telling me just they didn't do this?
They're talking about
his everything that comes out of his mouth is so empty.
No, but they both went back and forth with it. One is like, oh, look what did to the economy. Then she'll be like, oh, look how you handed us the economy. Then he'll be like, oh, watch, I'm going to make America great again. Like they just go. It's like table tennis. Like they're just hitting it back and forth. Like there's no points.
But Kamala's at least giving you substance with some sort of facts.
Give me an example.
Whereas with him, it's like all of it is just empty. Like there's nothing of substance and anything that's coming out of his mouth.
Nah, but he talks about the whole thing, like the scandals with Biden's son, how Biden's being paid off. It's just you can't prove anything that they're saying about each other. You got this side like validating whoever they're supporting, and then you have the other person that's supporting the opposing party, basically saying like, no, that's not true. That didn't happen. And here's a fact check. So it's like, who do you believe? Who do you trust? It's like just one big popularity contest / marketing sales type of competition. It's not factual base. It's
no, but
really
Kamala did speak to like some of the money that she was hoping to hand out in terms of small businesses.
She said that?
People, the home ownership stuff.
She did say that. Yeah.
There was some substance to the things that she was providing in terms of information.
The way that she made it,
nothing.
The way that she made it sound was she was raised by like a single mother, and then they had a friend that they called a second mother that had their own business that was able to help them and support them. And she's like, first, the business class should get like a grant for like $50K or something like that. First time home buyers should get a little bit more money, like $6K. Or down to $25K.
It was the other way around. It was $6K for the small business stuff and I think $25 for the home.
Something like that. Yeah, that's fine. But then it's like, does that level up to like the bigger things that are going on, like all the wars that are going on, like all the immigration issues that they got going on, the Chinese tariffs that they got going on? So it's just what equals what, right?
That's what politics is.
Exactly.
But Trump's had to suggest that they gave away a bunch of military equipment to Afghanistan.
No, they left it. They left it there, is what he's saying. He's like, they left $86 million worth of weapons there for them to pick up. And then he's saying that that's what Putin saw, and that's when Putin started the war. And then like even the funding, how much money that they're giving the Ukraine. Like this is what I mean. Like what am I saying to you? I'm just like repeating what they said, but like what is fact and what's fiction? Like,
and how much of it do you even care about?
Exactly.
How much it really affects you and your circumstances?
Do you see why I look at it as entertainment then? I'm
sure there's a lot of people out there in Dade County, Florida, who don't give a damn about half of the shit that these are just talking about right now because it don't affect them and their circumstances.
I think a lot of
that's
people,
the way they see it, but
it's just what group do you align with and what group are you surrounded by? Like I don't think too many people are using critical thinking when they're making these decisions. Your state makes a big difference. Your parents make a big difference, and I guess how it may impact you. But I think a ton of people are just throwing their vote.
A lot of it at one point had come down to whether or not you're okay with letting each citizen own a gun, and whether or not you're with women making their own decisions.
About what? About what? The gun thing. She said that she's like, I'm a gun owner.
Yeah, I know. She says she's a gun owner. Her and the VP that's running with her.
And then the abortion thing was somewhat of a.
But that's what I mean. Those are pretty much a lot like some of the talking points for some people across America. That's all they really care about.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel on these two positions. Outside of that, I don't care what else you have to tell me.
Yeah, scratch that. How do you feel about it? Like, let's just say here, right now. Like, how would you feel about guns? You like the fact that we don't have guns out here?
Yo, funny enough, Knots and I were just talking about this earlier.
Really?
Knots said he's about to go get his thing right now, bro.
Okay.
Because it's getting sticky outside.
You can't say that. I'll edit this part out.
Why? What?
You can't use it for self-defense here. Are you crazy?
What else are you supposed to use it for? To go run up on somebody? Listen to me. I'd rather have it and protect myself knowing that I'm going to have life tomorrow rather than have somebody run up in my house and
when you go get your license, make sure when they ask you what are you getting it for, you do not say that.
Any of that.
None of that.
Who said I'm trying to get a license?
Oh, okay.
Are you getting your license? You're going into this? Yeah, no. A few of the homies have their licenses.
This guy's really trying to get license. I got my license.
Yeah, I think we did talk about that before.
Damn straight we did.
So what? You trying to go get some right now too?
Soon. We'll see. Figure it out.
But for what reason? What's your purpose?
For hunting or sport.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys haven't seen me shoot. I posted stuff of me shooting up. It's not even anything new. I've been doing it for sport for a while.
What kind of shooting up you talking about?
Like at a range, target practice. I'm not letting out the wreck stories right now. What are you talking about?
Nah, that's what he said. What are you trying to go get though?
When?
What are you trying to go get? Well, both actually. What kind of gun do you want to get?
And what hip hop song inspired this?
I got two
Desert Eagle.
Yeah. Shoot him up, just shoot him up. What?
Oh, that's when he
kill.
Yeah, but he shoots up his boys in that track.
But what's your rationale behind it then? Just to go hunt as well, just like this guy?
Refine the skills.
Yeah, there you go, sport.
But if Canada had allowed people to own their gun,
shoot back,
basically as a line of defense, would you then want to go and get yours and have it in your house and fully accessible?
Yeah.
So you're pro guns.
I'm not pro guns, but you're saying if that was an option, then yeah, I'd rather have it the way that it is right now.
You'd have to be pro gun in order to have that right. No,
you're saying this is the law, bro. Like if I have a choice between having the laws be the way that they are here in Canada versus what they are in the States, I pick Canada. But you're saying, but like if I'm in the States, yeah, like I would have a gun.
So not if you're in Canada, you're comfortable not having one. Yeah. You're comfortable not having the right to bear arms.
Yeah, I think
that's where you are with it. Because I feel like it's changing now because of what's happening outside. Like, yo, it's wild outside.
Oh, yo.
Are you seeing these carjackings and these home invasions?
You were watching CB24 too, right?
Bro, watching.
Yeah.
But you see where we're getting at with this, right?
Yeah, they caught a chain worth of what, $30-40 million. But
what are we supposed to do now? Just let them continue with the bullshit?
The rationale from the police is if somebody runs up in your house, just leave your car keys at the front door. Allow them to break into your house.
Yeah, because that's all they're really coming in for is the key.
Car keys and let them go. But I was gonna actually throw that question to you guys. Like, how do you guys really feel about self-defense being illegal here? And you're seeing the madness.
You're talking about the right to bear arms specifically?
To defend? No, you have the right to bear arms here.
So
you don't have the right to defend yourself. You don't have the right to have a gun or a firearm in your house.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm basically getting.
Yeah, you can't use it for self-defense purposes.
Yeah.
So, where are you guys with it?
Would we want to have that right to use it for self-defense?
Feel?
I think it's a little.
Yeah, but no. What? Clarify your question. What is your question?
My question is, how do you feel that it is illegal to defend yourself?
Oh yeah, that's why
there is justification more so for the criminals to break into your house.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they could have a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they could shoot you up.
And they're gonna face. Yeah, they're gonna get a couple of charges on top of that. But
it's a little bizarre if you really think about it. Like your life's endangered, you can't do nothing about it. You got to just be like, all right, got to follow the law. I'd be interested to like actually read up on this and see the cases where people did defend themselves and how it played out in court.
It's funny because I thought the exact same thing, yo.
Yeah, but then that's like another unnecessary headache. But yeah.
But I think if my memory serves correct, 2 people were charged with it after the fact for possession and whatnot. But to me, it's like, yo, I'd rather take the possession charge knowing that I'm still alive.
Yeah, valid.
You get what I mean?
Oh yeah.
To even face the charge, as opposed to like something happening, it going sideways, and then I'm left all bloodied up and who knows? You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's worse? The other day, funny enough, my doctor was late on filling my prescription with the pharmacy, and they were on some, they can fill it, but I have to pay $15 in order to get it without receiving my doctor's fax. Is my life worth $15 at that point? You get what I mean? I'm annoyed that I have to pay the $15, but if I wait another day, the fax would have come through. But if I'm out of my meds altogether, then what? Is my life worth $15? That's the question you're left with at that point. You get what I mean?
No, I do. I guess they were talking about healthcare was another one that they were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how Obamacare did better. It's not so good now. They want to keep it. They want to scrap it. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
You want to improve it.
She was pro-private care. She's anti-private care. Like, what page are we on?
Do you see what
said that eventually, yeah,
do you see what I'm saying?
She's okay with having the option.
Yeah. Like, they both flip-flop a lot. But
Dude,
no,
it's
your
hard.
your
You
life is
can't
not worth it.
satisfy everybody, though. That's the thing. So it's like politicians oftentimes change their position when it comes to certain things.
Like all the smart people of these bigger companies, right? Mm-hmm. And then I want to just like, what's the guy from Mavericks?
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, people like that. People like, I guess you could say Elon to a degree, but like the top notch CEOs, presidents, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. There should be a way that they could communicate outside of like there should be a new way that the government is run. Period. It's like at the end of like the closing statements where he leaves a impression on people where it's like, why haven't you done it yet? You've been doing this for so long. Why haven't you changed this? Why haven't you changed this? I think that pulls in a lot of people. I don't fully understand where all the billionaire, like not just billionaires because there's like company owners, but like the ones that are in the spotlight that are well known, like outside of the political ties or benefits that they gain, like what do they think is best? Like there should be like some sort of like an open conversation where they could actually persuade and make logic.
But that's what they do. That's why
logical decisions.
That was part of the whole reason that Biden even got pushed out, was because George Clooney had called for that months before. I said once those guys start getting involved, they're the ones that have the money that donate to these guys' campaigns.
No, I understand that. I'm not talking about the donations. I'm talking about the guys that are actually intelligent. Well, I shouldn't say the donation guys aren't, but I mean that are making like bigger decisions that impact the economy and stuff like that.
Yeah, but a lot of it is some of those celebrity figures who are involved, CEOs and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. They're the ones that are really pushing the agenda half the time because they have their ties to each political party. And wherever the money moves, they make half of these decisions. Trust me, it's all everything's politics at the end of the day, bro.
I guess you're damned if you do.
Those guys are all in those same rooms having those kind of conversations.
Yeah, because like the concept of democracy is interesting too. Like if you really look at the stuff that we're allowed to do out here, and you go to the East, like you don't got those kind of freedoms.
That's why it's always good to have a couple of friends that are involved in politics. Knots has a one to it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, would you guys ever run for politics, like some sort of position?
I thought about it.
Could you see that in your future?
A couple of people have told me that I should probably do it.
Yeah,
Now what?
because you were the Elm Bank president.
Yeah, big it up.
Middle school president.
Like, yo, let me find my button.
Should have pursued that.
Only
Yeah,
going up this year.
should have pursued that.
What? Like now? You're saying like
I'm just saying, like, yeah, like, is it a serious thought that you've considered doing it?
later in life? I'm still young.
Yeah, okay. It's not what you were saying like 10 minutes ago.
I'm always young, yo. Speaking of the whole campaign shit and this Donald Trump bozo, how about Lil Wayne and his ties to Trump? Because it seems like that might be the reason why he can't perform at the Super Bowl. Because that's one of them ones that's one of the narratives that are on the road right now, right?
I would
From what you've seen?
I would love to know what the real reasoning was.
You don't care for any of these rumors, Drake ties,
they're
blah,
interesting.
blah, blah.
No,
like
they're
you're
interesting.
intrigued by a few of them?
Yeah, they're entertaining. They're
Yeah.
entertaining. I think that's probably one of the closest ones to what the truth really is.
Because of his political is
Potentially.
Trump ties and
It'd be more. I'd be more interested to know, like,
all lives matter comments and shit like that.
well, where does the NFL elites, like, who are they supporting? Because that would have an
A lot
influence
of them
on
are
the
still
decision.
these rich white families. Yo. A lot of them are still owned by these rich white families.
Yeah, for sure. I think all of them are.
I'm pretty sure all of them are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think Carolina
but
was
who-
the
but-
one
but-
team that
but-
was up for sale at one point where some people had some interest, like Diddy, Steph Curry, had some interest in trying to get involved in there. But nah, they got pushed out. Magic Johnson, I believe, has some ties in the Washington team though.
does he?
The Commanders.
But wait, hold on. But does that mean that they're supporting? They're opposing Trump?
Who? The NFL?
Yeah.
I just meant like those guys, they're the ones with the real money who push a lot of these agendas.
Right.
Yeah.
But
back to
that-
what you were saying.
But that's what it would be then, right? If they if that rumor is correct, that they're supporting Biden's team, right? Opposed to Trump. But yeah, whatever. That there could be something there. Does Jay-Z have enough like pull to just be like, nah, I don't like Wayne, I don't like Drake, I don't like that side. I'm siding with these guys. Like, could that actually be a part of it? And
I feel like nobody's even gone far enough to even dissect the relationship that they have, Rock Nation and the NFL. Because, yeah, the opportunity has been for Jay to curate the halftime show for the last couple years.
yeah,
As to why Rihanna did hers,
yeah.
Dr. Dre them did their set.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the narrative for anybody who's not up to speed is that the expectation was that Lil Wayne would be performing at the New Orleans Super Bowl, which is the next one in 2025.
Yeah.
But instead, they went with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I was heavily annoyed when I saw that, bro.
Yeah.
Big mad.
Why?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because you're a big
Because I'm
Wayne
Team
fan?
Drake all day at this point, bro.
Yeah.
For me to go so far from being a Drake hater to like such a Drake supporter now, it's crazy.
You don't
But-
think he'll bring out Wayne?
Who? Kendrick?
Yeah.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're Wayne, would you want to come out with Kendrick? Because you went from being the man that everybody expected, and this is my city.
Now you're like a side chick.
Basically.
Yeah.
And for anybody who thinks Taylor Swift ain't coming out of the halftime show, you're a clown, because Kendrick and Taylor already have a song together.
Exactly.
And she loves his backseat freestyle from like 2000 and whenever that was, 11, 9, 8.
Their track together is dope too, though.
Is it though?
Mona Lisa. They can't perform that at the Super Bowl, but I'm saying that's a nice track.
Is that what it's called? Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah. It's a feature.
Oh wait, yeah, I understand. Yeah, okay, yeah, I understand.
That's a nice track. Yeah.
I don't know if Wayne's gonna come out though. I'm more anticipating
Probably in
Drake
the
dropping
crowd.
an album at halftime.
That'd be a move.
You don't see that coming? I promise you, Drake's gonna drop an album at halftime, bro.
Bet on it.
I can
Yeah,
honestly
good
see, I
odds
can
on
see
that.
this happening. You could
Featuring Wayne?
even better. Wayne's probably gonna be on the album somewhere too. Yeah.
It's
How else, or if you're Drake, how else do you find a way to just? Can you imagine, literally at halftime this guy drops an album and you just watch the ratings just like plummet?
No. It's not just a hip hop crowd watching the NFL.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
I
well,
don't think it would make an
maybe not
impact on the
plummet, but
ratings.
you'd see how many people go to streaming platforms to go stream the album right away.
That would be different. I don't think it would impact the ratings by much at all, if at all.
People would still have the game on, but they're definitely turning that song on.
Yeah, that's fine. But I mean,
So
like, we got more than one mobile device, like, to be able to do all that.
I definitely feel like that'd be interesting if Drake drops an album right at halftime.
I think he'd take an L. You're competing with the NFL? Nah, you don't want to do that.
Yo, this is Drake, bro.
Nah, it's not a good move. It's not a good move.
Nah, I'm testing those waters, bro. If I'm Drake, I'm doing that shit.
What I've noticed is, though, it made a lot of people seem to side more with Camp Drake after the announcement, if that's what you want to call it. But weren't they going through something too?
Who, Drake and Wayne?
Yeah.
There's been rumors,
Yeah.
speculation out there, but I don't think it's that serious.
I think everything's just rumors these days.
That part.
Like, what's facts these days? We should do an episode one day, like, where it just like,
I'm surprised.
Pure
No,
fiction.
I haven't heard anybody speak to how much white America loves Wayne too at the same time.
yeah.
Because it's not like,
But what about Kendrick then? Wouldn't that be applicable to him too?
I guess, but I mean, that's a question I would love to have answer to.
Well,
Who does white America love more, Kendrick or Wayne?
well, wouldn't sales like kind of answer that?
I don't think so. Are we going off of now with this whole not like us run that Kendrick's on? Because prior to that, how many people are really pushing for Kendrick like on that level? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden everybody's a Kendrick fan.
Yeah.
They're playing that
True.
shit at the Democratic convention, and somewhere else that I saw some political bullshit. I'm like, yo, what are you guys doing? Baseball games.
They have a common enemy. He's American. They're Canadian.
Exactly. And that's what this has turned into.
Yeah.
America versus Canada.
Yeah.
And as to why I'm one of the biggest Drake fans out here right now. Hit his freaking thing, yo.
But like it could.
Where's my Drake button?
Yeah, you're
Okay, from that perspective, I see what you're talking about.
I can't drop no face right now, can I? That wouldn't make sense. But the most interesting clip that I saw, and I didn't really watch too many of them, was what Fat Joe said. And he's like,
I didn't see any of this shit.
yeah, no.
What did Fat Joe say?
So, the Fat Joe clip you didn't see.
No,
you watched
I
other.
didn't see a lot of stuff. to be
Okay,
honest. Like,
neither did I.
Anybody's
but
takes on
this one came up for me. And he goes, one, that Jay-Z makes really good business moves. And he's like, this is good business. I'm paraphrasing, something like this. And then
From
he's like,
a good business move for who though?
yeah, I didn't last on it that long.
Yeah.
But the part that he pointed out was, he's like, prior to Rock Nation getting this deal with the NFL, he's like, no hip hop artists were really performing the way that they have been for the last couple of years. I think he said black artists or something like that. And that's a valid point too. So, okay, yeah, so he's not getting it in New Orleans, but like prior to Rock Nation, like none of them would have got it. So are you happy with it being someone in hip hop versus no one?
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So now it's just like, okay, now you have a choice. So I understand that. But there was another thing too, someone else put out, that Lil Wayne's not reliable for live performances. I think one of you guys put that in the chat, no?
Wasn't me.
All right, I don't know. Maybe it was in the
But
chat.
yeah, I know his whole Grammy fiasco at one point,
And then-
a few years ago.
And then I'm saying, so now, remember that whole
But
thing?
even now, seeing Wayne outside, I've always felt like Wayne was like a zombie the last 5 to 10 years, maybe.
But like,
he doesn't even look to me like he's like all together.
he doesn't.
So I would never depend on that guy to show up on any stage for me, to be honest.
Him and Snoop kind of have that same head shape. Like they've been smoking or doing too much. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like kind of shrinking. Like it looks like it's shrinking. I think Jay-Z just went with the more reliable person that made the most sense.
But was this even just a Jay-Z choice at the
I
end
don't
of
think
the day?
it's just a Jay-Z choice. Yeah, we give him too much credit. I don't think it's just a Jay-Z choice.
I need to know who made this decision, you know. Because to go with Kendrick, of all people, at like,
Who else could you go with outside of Lil Wayne? If it's hip hop, though.
mind you, Lil Wayne isn't even owed it, because it's not like everybody else who ever performed at the halftime was ever from the hometown.
Yeah,
It's
valid.
just
It just
because
became a
it's
thing
in New
because of
Orleans
LA.
and because of the whole hip hop shit. It's like, yo, who else would it be?
Yeah, but like outside of that, like let's just pretend you're making this decision and you go, I'm not going with Wheezy. Like who else is?
Drake.
Yeah,
Who's the bigger artist in hip hop than Drake?
Okay.
I guess Kendrick would have to be the closest, no? Who else is there?
That's kind of the direction that I'm looking at it.
But for whatever reason,
who else could hold it to that level out of these guys that's still relevant? Like they're
65 days to the Grey Cup, eh?
The Grey Cup?
Okay, from that perspective, I see what you're talking about.
Not you never got that one? Say what?
Say again? There's 60 what to the Grey Cup?
65 days until the Grey Cup. Drake never got the Super Bowl, so he can at least get the Grey Cup.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure that out because that's a Canadian thing, right? The CFL?
Yeah,
I'm just getting into
Canadian football league.
Take it easy. I was sure, but I don't want to
damn it, I should have saved that one for when Pree was here, man. That hits, bro.
That hits?
That has to hit.
Oh, well, you just went back to being a Drake hater.
This guy. How's that Drake? Yo, what
did you do?
Listen. If
does that even sell out?
If the CFL was smart, they would sell the Grey Cup as a Drake concert with a game in between.
A Drake that's now you're talking.
Oh, we're potting now.
Oh
exactly.
Yeah. That could be a thing.
Knots, you don't see it?
That could be a thing.
You know, turned up the CFL be at that point, bro, for the Grey Cup?
Yeah, but they would be. But as Drake, you're like losing your brand equity.
So what? You're Canadian, brother.
Nah, it's not worth it. Like he's already with the Raptors. He's got his ties there. Why would I go there? That's like,
but now you become a household.
My buddy's playing. Hold on, your ops is doing the NFL Super Bowl, and I'm doing the fucking Grey Cup. Man,
you're trying to turn up Canada's thing, bro. What else are you supposed to do, man?
That ain't gonna work. That's where like retired NFL players come in, like some guys that couldn't make the NFL and did like the college and all that.
This guy just did the man them dirty,
I did
bro.
my bad, and I got some friends that played in the
CFL
and that too. Yeah, but yeah. I'm just
find him on Instagram at SB the student.
Yeah, do it, but I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. That'd be a terrible branding choice.
But it would do so much for Canada. Yo, you'd have people in Hong Kong, Singapore,
you wish,
London. They'd be tuning in for the game. What are you talking about?
What, just because Drake's performance?
Yes.
I don't think so.
You're putting so much attention on the Canadian product.
Nah. And then what? It dies down?
So right what? After?
Nah, I don't see that.
Bro, your career is already dwindling at this point. Kendrick's out here killing it, dog.
No, he's not killing him.
Come on,
he's
bro.
Killing him in
halftime.
He's killing him in the North American market.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna make that point too because he still can't catch him in streaming and whatnot.
Like who is really like? I would be curious to know what are the Super Bowl numbers outside of America and Canada, like out of North America.
It's still kind of crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, NFL's growing across the world. These guys just had a game in Brazil.
Okay, so they had a game in Brazil.
It's growing across the world.
I'm not saying it's not growing, but how many people are tuned in from outside of North America?
Enough.
Yeah, that's a safe answer.
Enough. But if I'm Drake, I'm trying to turn up Canada's products, so let me go perform at the Grey Cup.
All right.
At least go to the game or something. I don't know at this point. And Drake likes to do that little corny like little funny little jabs. Like, look what I went and did just because you guys thought it'd be funny.
What else could he do though? Okay, so that's not happening. What else is a big event like that? Like what else holds?
I got a marketing strategy for Kendrick too. While I'm at it, eh?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let me give you my Kendrick real quick too.
You gonna play a song?
No.
You gonna play your Kendrick?
If I'm Kendrick, I'm releasing a song every week leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because it's only 18 weeks in the NFL season.
Yeah,
that's a full length album right there.
Yeah.
By the time you slap a couple of bonus tracks on there,
that'd be huge.
You release the album right after the Super Bowl.
That'd be huge.
You know what's anticipation you're building until your performance at the same time?
I like this idea a lot better.
Bro. Yeah, and you come with your whole catalog that night.
Oh yeah.
You're killing that shit, bro.
For sure.
There's already rumors, he's gonna drop an album just like Usher did after the Super Bowl performance, because Usher did the same thing, dropped an album. But like if I'm Kendrick, Apple already has a playlist of Kendrick's music for the Super Bowl based off of the announcement.
That's crazy.
It's on their homepage of Apple Music right now. So if you're already doing it like that, you're already trying to garner that type of attention.
Yeah, you're slacking. Where's Bun's playlist?
Every single what? For what?
For Kendrick at the NFL.
Oh man, I can do Kendrick. Sure, trust me. I have a Kendrick playlist. Anybody who wants to, let me find me.
As soon as that announcement dropped, you should have already had that push.
Yeah, I'm trying to scale back on my foul language. I should ask you for how many can I say today?
You could go off.
I was gonna say I'm not messing with Kendrick right now.
Okay.
He's just not in my algorithm. I'm really rooting for Drake on this, yo. And I was really mad when I saw this announcement. Didn't I put that in the group?
You did.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this just pissed me off.
I didn't really
I don't want to see this right now. I'm tired of this, yo. I'm tired of seeing Canada just take these beatings from all this American bullshit, bro. I don't care about American pop culture anymore like that. I don't.
Does he ever really get a W though?
Who?
Like, would he ever be this big if he never engaged in this whole thing with Drake?
Kendrick?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's like you need some sort of association to Drake, period.
Exactly.
For any of these guys, whether it be a feature, whether it be hate, whether it be beef, whether it be something, it's just tied to his name.
Exactly. And I feel like they're just so mad about it at this point. It's like Drake came and took over the world.
Yeah.
Like,
and never let it go.
Exactly.
Never let it go.
And like this is the one saving grace that we have. It's funny that he's black and he's from America though. It ain't no Kid Rock type bullshit. You get what I mean? I mean, there's Taylor Swift, but like I said, Taylor Swift's gonna perform with him at the halftime show. They're gonna do that song they have together. Hopefully, maybe he brings out Wayne at least to do a 1-2 verses and then call it a day.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You don't see it?
No, I don't see the Wayne thing happening. I don't think Wayne will do it.
I don't know.
I think he'll be in the crowd.
It is New Orleans, man. It's a Super Bowl.
Hold on. Did we ever think of it like from this point of view? Maybe Wayne didn't want to do it. I take that back already because a lot of people said that's all he wanted to do.
There's a couple of interviews where he spoke about it and said that he has interest in it. So honestly, I'm more concerned with who's in the Super Bowl, and I really hope it's not Kansas City. We'll get this a little bit of football talk after the break, right? Nah, you want to do some football, Lizzie? Because
we could, but like
you had to have seen that game.
No, I didn't.
You know what? Don't waste it. We'll be back after the break with some more perspective.
This episode is brought to you by Body Ammo. More than a look, it's a lifestyle. Pick up some body ammo to protect your mind, body, and soul. Now, back to some more of SUP.
Yo, you know this is the reggae artist that damedash signed, right? Sizzla.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so remember when Dame had Ultimate Hustler?
No.
You don't remember when Dame had that show, Ultimate Hustler, bro? And he's running around with Sizzla all day, every day. That's the art. This is the artist, Sizzla.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
And he's the one that made even the theme song. I'm the ultimate hustler, real drug smuggler.
Yeah, right.
That song?
How'd that end up?
Sizzla, bro.
How'd that end for him?
I don't even know. Still, that died real quick. Nah, that never came from that. I mean, Sizzla was running around with him for a little bit, but then that was about it. That never happened.
So he does have the ear for that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Dame's always had that.
Proven.
Yeah. Sucks to see where he's at right now, but I don't know what we were talking a little bit outside about it.
Well, we're talking about when 50 called him out in the
recent
last
interview.
Yeah, where he's like, the only person that said $1 million wasn't anything was damedash, and now he's got nothing or he's broke or something.
Yeah.
So the next day, Dame responded to that, and he said a lot of interesting stuff that I didn't expect. First of all, I didn't think he was going to say anything back.
Why not?
Because it's 50.
So what's that supposed to mean?
A lot of people will let certain comments slide. Like that wasn't enough for him to have to respond back. But a couple of things you noticed. One was that he was very respectful.
Dame was very respectful.
Yeah, like he wasn't like just blatantly like
bitch nigga shit.
Yeah, like he wasn't doing that. He's like, yo, I don't want no rap beef. I don't want you to make a song about me.
I swear one more time for the episode.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. This guy's trying to be like my kids.
Exactly.
Last time.
I got one more.
Go for it. So he called him out. He challenged him. But the way that he set it up, like the first 20 minutes is good. Then it just goes downhill because he's just repeating stuff. I don't know if you got like too intoxicated.
Only thing I saw was when his teeth fell out.
Yeah, that was funny too. But the fact that he could laugh about it was good.
Yeah.
And then that was enough. That was like
was rough. Still.
That could have been like a little viral moment for him though. Because 50 did repost that.
Yeah.
But look at I look at all of this from a marketing, branding, business, sales point of view. So Dame is trying to use 50 as leverage to get a little bit of light. And he got a little bit. Because 50 reposted that, even though he used that to promote his book.
Yeah.
Right? So they're both playing the game.
Yeah.
But the stuff that he said was, it was interesting. Like, as a CEO, I'm broke, but I challenge you to a CEO
again,
versus.
Do you remember one of those episodes where it's just you and I had said, do you see how the beef sells?
If you want to
you
use,
see how we just yuck it up? We just yuck it up.
Replace the word beef with competition, because that makes more sense. Competition sells.
Okay.
If there's a number one, well, there's room for number two and potentially number three, depending on the industry and stuff like that. So he's trying to get some sort of plug, essentially.
It's just drama. At the end of the day, it's gossip. It's stupidness. It ain't real. It's just like,
oh no, this is not real at all.
Yeah,
but it's
but
trying
people
to,
yuck these things up. It's
but that's what the game is.
The controversy is what gets the attention.
Anything that gets the attention.
Yeah.
The teeth falling out, that got people's attention. He just doesn't have as many followers or many people.
Would you have been just as interested by it if 50 never did anything with it? Because there was an expectation that 50 was going to spin that, and he did.
No, I didn't care if 50 did something back or not. I'm kind of rooting for
Dame.
Yeah. I want to see him have a second run. And what he could come
exactly?
up with.
Just as a CEO, just like.
So that's what he's saying. He's calling him out on everything. He's like, okay, let's see who could come up with the best TV show, who could do the best. This is funny when he said
the movie is what he's putting up. Get Rich or Die Trying versus his movie that's out on his network.
That's not the only thing. He said he's got a bunch of things. What is it? The Prince of Detroit, I think, is what he's talking about. I'm going to watch that.
His movie you're talking about?
Yeah.
But that's the one thing that I saw where he's trying to go up against 50 with is the
that's
movie.
Not the only thing. He's got a list. I'll give you the list.
What else was there?
Give me a minute. So, but he called them out. He goes, "Don't make a movie about violence and selling drugs. Try to make a movie about business or something like that."
Okay.
So that was the rules of the challenge or whatnot. Then he goes, TV show, original movie, kids books, TV network.
Motor oil.
Yeah, might as well, right? he goes, put out an album with your original crew. He's like, I got a Freeway album on deck.
Ooh.
Really? That's your response? I'm like, if he puts out anybody, if 50 puts out anybody from like original G Unit, they would smoke Freeway.
Anybody you're saying?
Yeah.
You think Buck could smoke Freeway?
Yeah, I think so. If 50 got behind the project, yeah. Lloyd Banks for sure. Yayo too. Like, yeah.
I don't know about you. Banks,
all I think about Freeway is when Cassidy destroyed him. Like, that's my memory of Freeway. He's just mumbling.
Put a beat on. Put a beat on. Put a beat on.
This guy destroyed. Man.
Put a beat on. Put a beat on.
Man.
It was pretty bad. So I'll never forget that shit.
That made me think I could freestyle. That was rough. Man, that was dirty.
Yo, but I forgot all about that one. Put a beat on.
Yeah. But you like you might like this one though. This is funny too. He's like, I know this ain't your superpower, but we could put out a brand as well, like a fashion brand as well.
Okay.
So he took a little jab back. That was kind of funny. Like he shot back at him there.
Yeah.
But the vulnerability was what I enjoyed. He's like, yo, I'm happy that he spun it. He's like, I'm happy that you took that and remembered it all these years later, and you realize that $1 million isn't a lot, and you could go through it real quick. He spun the whole narrative. Passed a plug. You know, you don't want to beat down another thorough cat. Help me out. I wish like you experienced the whole blackballing thing as well in the NFL, or the rumor with Jay-Z, unless Eminem said that you gotta, I'm not coming on unless you put him on. He's like, yo, I wish I had people like that to stand for me, but my crew backed out. Yeah. If anything, they're the ones that are stopping me. He had a vulnerable moment there. The first 20 minutes of that is pretty interesting, the way that he's talking about it. After the fact, it's just like, he just keeps talking about being broke and like trying to prove a point. But it's interesting to see a person in this position trying to have that second run after, you know, having enormous success. And I guess being elite and then just completely forgotten.
Yeah, and that's also when he had his relationship with the machine. But then Dame eventually was like, yo, like, I don't need Lior and his decision making and like having to be on the third floor when those guys are sitting upstairs on the fifth floor type shit. Like
it's just interesting to learn from it, because now he put all his eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
as in The Rock, and then he just thought he could do and say anything that he wanted, which he started to do. This is my version of it, at least, right? And then slowly people were just not feeling it. They turned on him, and that's it. Everybody pretty much left him to his own devices. Yeah. And Dame who? Right? Yeah. So, and he's still been able to attract other artists, and not just hip hop or music, but outside of that. But it's just like, it never got to the level. And
the relationship I haven't explored enough is Stally. Because Styly's another Ohio rap artist that I was like I still am a huge fan of.
Yeah.
But he had formed a relationship with Dame at one point too.
Yeah.
But even to see Styly sort of walk away and start doing his own thing, even after having that relationship with Dame, it's kind of like, what happened there? I need to know more.
I want to know.
Styly was assigned to MMG at one point too.
Oh,
and then left. Yeah.
Okay. Like, whatever happened to him though?
He's still around. He's making music. Yeah.
But
independent. He's all independent.
But like nothing popped. You
think nothing mainstream to the. Yeah, he's still touring. Like he's like more of like a.
Who would you compare him to?
Compare him to?
Yeah. And how old is he?
I'm not sure how old he is now. But like it's hard because he's independent. He's just one of those guys who's just I'll continue grinding it on the independent shit. Like he still he travels the world. He goes to Japan, across America. He's not selling out arenas.
Yeah.
But he'll still do like smaller shows and whatnot. I'm gonna play a Styly song before we go. So you know who I'm talking about. Whoa, Styly's 41 now?
Damn,
I didn't know
see that's rough. That reminds me of
Don't do that.
No,
it's not that rough.
It is, yo. That reminds me of when Whack 100 dissed Cuban Link.
Okay.
When he had the whole thing going on with Fat Joe or whatever. And he's just like, look at this 50-year-old guy trying to get a record deal. Like, get out of here.
His most recent post is him and Benny in the studio.
Okay. That's funny because I was just thinking about Benny because he's probably one of the guys that pulled that off.
Oh, I forgot about this. We were talking about this early in the summer. KD, Kevin Durant, was on his last project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kevin Durant has a verse on there because they're pretty cool too. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot all about that.
There's a big link there with Ballers.
I'm gonna play a Styly chat before we get out of here.
Yeah. The next thing was he called out Earn Your Leisure as well.
Yeah, right. What happened with that?
He was shedding a little bit more light on what's going on with his third of
the Reasonable Doubt stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rockefeller. He's basically saying that he's been trying to sell it for a while. And he's calling them out basically saying that they didn't do enough research into how long it's been that he's been trying to sell in. That
before they spoke on it?
Yeah. And then he's not forced to. He's like, I've been wanting to try to sell this. So it was like 2 years ago I tried to sell it. But then Jay-Z and them
were blocking.
And Big, they're blocking him. And then he went to court for all that.
Yeah.
Got rid of all that stuff and then did it again.
Yeah.
And now he's able to do it. But then they stopped him some other way again.
Yeah.
But he's like, now that I have to pay this money, I pointed it out to the court system, like, go get this. I don't have any money. Go sell this.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I only got to give him $800,000. I get to keep the rest. Yeah. So that's perfect. That's my whole play that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which I think is smart.
Yeah.
The part that I don't understand is why are they blocking it so hard? Like obviously they want to buy it, but like this $1 billion number, this billionaire, supposedly, right? What's the issue?
I don't know. Maybe it's whatever agreement they had formed at the beginning, where it's like it's still part of the company. It's still owned by the company. Why are you now releasing this to some random schmo that none of us have any type of involvement with?
I guess. Like what comes to my mind is like they're partners, right?
Who?
They were partners. Dame,
okay.
And they named it Rockefeller. The real Rockefeller did the same thing to his partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had a partner.
Doesn't Nas make that same reference?
No.
I swear Nas references something like this and
died of AIDS.
Oh,
they named your company after something like that. In the very beginning, this is based on like some book or something I read. He's basically following someone else as a partner. I don't remember the partner's name when they were in business together, but he started to notice where the business could be versus where this guy was kind of like, I don't see that. You need me in order to do this. Whereas he already knew everything that he was creating. And after a while, he just either purchased his share of the company and let it blow up and just got rid of him completely. Or there's some sort of deceit. Similar, I guess, historically speaking, to like what Jay ended up doing too. Again, I wish Dame would just put out a book explaining everything.
Yeah, but are you going to believe it?
To some degree, until Jay puts out his version.
I'm not, but
at this point, what can you believe anymore anyway?
Exactly.
Like whatever's in, like I remember even Elon's book, like in the beginning of his book, he completely left turn. He talks about going to some school in South Africa where they're like, it's like a camp and one of the students died in the camp, and they're fighting each other, and this is like when they're like 13 and under, like you're between the ages of 8 and 13, and you're just like left there to fend for yourself. And it's like, this made it into publishing. How is someone not looking into this? Like, what are we talking about right now? So would I believe it? But it's not to that extreme. But yeah, I mean, give me some evidence.
I don't know. We'll put a cap on that until there's some more Dame news, probably in the recent or near future. Yeah, what do you think with the NFL? You never got to see any of those games yet?
I didn't watch any of those games, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I didn't watch
the Detroit game was a really good game. You know?
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, man. It went right down to the wire.
Yeah. Who won?
Detroit.
Oh, there we go.
But on the last drive,
I don't even know that.
The Rams.
Okay.
Last drive, they could have kicked a field goal to take the lead.
Yeah.
But if they kicked the field goal, Los Angeles, they used to be in St. Louis. Yeah. It's the Rams, LA Rams.
Yeah.
Would have had a chance to get the ball, to have possession, to try to go score
enough time
as well.
They had enough time.
But because Detroit drove all the way down the field and scored a touchdown, they just won the game in the end. I can't wait to see Drake put out that album, Halftime. See you guys in February. But until next week, we'll be back next week, hopefully with maybe a full crew. You never know. We might get lucky.
Yeah?
You never know. We might get lucky.
Hopefully.
But yeah, before you go, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Hit us in the comments. 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in with us the entire episode. Again, I go by the name of Bun. This guy goes by the name of SB, the student, and behind the scenes we had Knots. And until next week, this was another episode of Speak Your Perspective.